Alright, so what we have right here is a wireless charger, and that red light right there means that nothing's on it. So it is the Fantasy wireless charger, wireless and limitless. It uses NFI charging. Thing's great, you know. Just if you have a phone case or any type of plastic or any type of add-ons to the back of your phone to stick it on a magnet or stick it on a phone stand, anything like that, you're gonna want to take that off because it may not work. But yeah, I mean, you know, I just drop it on here and this light will turn blue and then it charges. This thing is, you know, once again, as with every single electronic device, there's always the catch-22. And that is the charging port. These are designed to break after about a year to 2 years. Sometimes sooner, depends on how you use them. This is how they make their money, right here. I like this because you know, the charging port on my phone is the same as this, but since I'm unplugging it and plugging it back in like constantly without this, you know, that's why the wireless charger is great, because I never have to plug my phone into a charger again. And that was the #1 reason why I was replacing phones in the past. It's every phone, every single electronic device. The #1 reason that I replaced them is because the charge port gets loose and it does not secure and fasten properly. That's why this thing is going to save me a lot of money on new phones, because I was literally replacing phones just because the charging port broke. That's how these tech companies make their money. If you look at you know, washing machines and stuff like that, you know, they're designed to break, etc., etc., after, you know, a certain amount of time. You know, they can be repaired, of course, just like these. But I'm telling you, man, like, why would this company not, you know, why would they have this detachable? There's no logical point why this would be detachable. I mean, like, seriously, why would you want this to detach? They should have just soldered these wires to the computer chip inside of here. And then the part that plugs into the wall would be the only part that can disconnect. But no, they know that they got to make money. You know what I mean? You know, like, first off, if you know, these two can be disconnected, so you could lose this wire, and then you'd have to go buy another wire, and then these tech companies would make more money that way. Whereas if they soldered this to the computer chip inside of here, they know that the customer would never lose this, and so they would never go out and buy a charger at, you know, 7-Eleven, the gas station, whatever, or Best Buy or whatever. So there's a little bit of dirty dealing going on. There's a little bit of scamming going on with these tech companies. It's very bad business practices. And, you know, as consumers, we have rights. As consumers, we have rights. We are not, you know, these slaves of these, you know, tech companies and multinational, multi-million dollar companies. You know, I mean, we have rights too, and if they pull a fast one on us, like not soldering this wire to the motherboard to make it last longer, because I'm telling you, you know, I could literally break this with my freaking fingers. I could snap this little freaking piece of, you know, plastic metal, you know, plasty metal off, and then now I'm not able to charge. Now I'm not able to use this, because I mean, this thing will last forever. This thing is built like heavy duty, bro. I mean, this thing is freaking like a dang tank, you know. But look, it doesn't matter how strong this is. They intentionally make that piece right there breakable. 100% breakable. easily breakable. Now, I've taken apart chargers just like that, and right underneath that little piece of silver is a green little microchip motherboard and a little bit, and they could easily glue, they could easily cut this wire and just connect the wire in there and glue it all together. This way, no matter how hard you freaking pull, twist, whatever on this stinking wire, it's always gonna work. But they don't do that. And that, my friend, and that, ladies, and that, you guys, is that's scam. That's a scam, okay? That is a 100% scam. I don't care how you cut it, all right? Now, they're not just scamming us and screwing us over. They're screwing over the environment, because now you got these, somebody out there that breaks this. And guess what? They're going to throw it out in a landfill, and then they're going to order another one from China or Bangkok or whatever. And that's going to destroy the environment. And when that starts happening, and when they start shitting in my fan, when their shit starts hitting my fan, that ain't cool. That ain't justice. There's no justice there. There's no justice. Zero justice whatsoever. Yeah, and it's just not nice. There's plenty of money to go around. They can all make some money. What do they need? Freaking legit. But yeah, this thing is built like a tank. But this stinking wire, this thing is built like a Chinese finger trap. It's literally freaking Chinese finger trap. You stick 2 fingers in it, and the only way you can get it out is if you give up. That's the only way you can get out. That's a Chinese finger trap. I used to play with them when I was a kid at the little, arcade or whatnot. That's what, a Chinese finger trap. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's a piece of paper. It's origami, and you stick 2 fingers. You stick your left finger in there and your right finger in it, and then now you have a sleeping bag over the 2 fingers. And when you pull them apart, you can't pull them apart, because the harder you pull them apart, the tighter the sleeping bag gets that's around your 2 fingers. And that's what this is. It's a Chinese finger trap, because the harder you try, with this little wire, the more pain you're going to be in, I mean, that's Chinese culture, it's, and I mean, I freaking learned how to do it, I know how to get around that, but, I mean, come on, I mean, 99% of, a lot of Americans don't know, how to, not go crazy with these freaking Chinese, mind games, and techniques, these Chinese techniques, these Chinese tactics, these Chinese, these Asiatic, or I don't know, China, Asia, tactics, basically, Asian practices, Asian methods, yeah, and they're a little bit, they're definitely cocky, They are definitely cocky. I mean, look at this. You got the freaking Chinese fucking flag on there right there. Red and black. Every single freaking product from China has red and black, because that's the color of their flag. I mean, there's no other explanation. And another thing about that's also bad business practice, is that you can lose it really easily, because this stuff is black. You can't find it. So that's another thing. One of the first things you want to do when you get a Chinese freaking product is paint it white, because otherwise you're going to lose it and you're going to end up buying another one. So paint it white. I don't know if it's like the Chinese or whatever, or just maybe, you know, maybe I just have like freaking terrible eyes, but I don't know about anybody else, but at nighttime, I can't see this because it's black. And then I gotta go out and buy a stupid light, a stupid LED light from China, because I can't see it. No. You know, and that, you know what that does? That just gives China another dollar out of my pocket. You know? There's nothing wrong with that, you know? Survival of the fittest. You know, survival of the fittest. Do a little bit of finger painting here. Just kind of get this done here. I mean, legit, people. You know. I'm telling you. I am telling you guys. You know, wake up. You know. You really think that they make it red and black? Freaking because they like you? Because they want you to have a good freaking product? No, it's subliminal messaging. They are waving the flag. The communist flag, the PRC flag, the People's Republic of China. That's what this is. This is a donation to the People's Republic of China Party. That's what this is. Anytime you buy something from China, you're donating money to that political party, because that political party is the political party that decided what color this thing was going to be, how long it was going to last, how good of a quality it would be. The political party in China freaking decided whether or not I have a good product or not. And that is not safe. You know, that is not freaking safe. So, you know, and they're destroying the environment too. And they're blaming it on the United States. You know, destroying the environment. They're blaming it on the United States, but it's them that's destroying the environment. And they don't want to own up to it? Fine. They don't have to own up to it. But they just need to stop doing it. And they're not going to stop doing it. Because they have an incentive. They have the freaking $5 that I gave them for this. So how do I freaking start building this stuff myself? How do you start doing that? Look at that. Made in China. Freaking ashamed. I am ashamed that I put blinders over my eyes for so long, you know. I mean, I just think about who made this, you know. You know, some kid in China, some guy in China, some girl in China, you know, who knows. I mean, like, Chinese people are happy and whatnot. You know, they probably know how to fix this stuff. They all know how to fix this stuff. There's mega factories in China. Mega factories. huge factories in China. Just factories. Freaking. They could build a freaking 1,000 of these a day. Oh my God. 1,000 a day. Does anybody know how to build this? And anybody that knows how to build this, does anybody that knows how to build this have the balls to build it in the United States? Or are we all just a bunch of sellouts? As soon as we figure out something good, we just give it away to China. I mean, come on, we can outcompete them. I can outcompete them. I can freaking build a micro factory and probably make it cheaper. You know, and that's what I'm gonna do. That is what I am gonna do. You know, I hear about these micro breweries that have put out of business, like, not put out of business, but they've taken away business from, you know, larger, you know, beer companies and whatnot. So does that signal a change, you know, in the production industry of actually producing something? You know, I look at nicotine, you know. Back in the day, you know, it used to be Marlboro, Newport, you know, now it's Aqua. This is not even a cigarette, it's just nicotine juice. But it was made by a small factory. And I think that's one of the side effects of having China just build all these little things, these little gadgets and gizmos, is that growing pains. That's pretty much it, you know.